A lot of people got hurt. A lot of people stayed misinformed. A lot of damages, broken families. Zuckerberg announced yesterday or the day before that now he is gonna allow freedom of speech on Facebook, or the way it was worded. Why? Because the damage is done. What you needed to know, you didn't need to know at the time you needed to know it. And there was a lot of people out there warning people about this, but they were censored. They were shut down. Families divided, people hurt. People can't relate with their adverse effects and say, look what's happened to me and my family, or look what's happened to me, look what's happened to my daughter, look what's happened to my son, Nobody was allowed to, even though they were right. Now, Facebook is now rolling it back. They have to. Everyone's going to roll it back. They don't, or they end up going completely broke. Right? And just so you know, the whole Facebook thing in 2020, the memo was sent out in 2020. A warning of a potential sickness that's going to go around. Right? I can't say some words, because I still get taken down today. I still get taken down for saying what people are saying today. So, blaming the fact checkers, memo, I think it was from Congress that came in, and early 2020 was already letting them know, hey guys, this is how it's going to go forward. You guys are going to have to ramp up and start censoring and shutting people up, right? So the damage is done, right? Now, oh, look, we're winning in Canada. We got a huge win in Canada. Trudeau stepped down. So what? The damage is done. Watch what's going to come next. Watch. You're going to regret it. Trudeau inherited. Everyone's blaming the housing crisis on Trudeau. Trudeau inherited the housing crisis. Watch our video that we did. Trudeau inherited the housing crisis. He sure did. Because in 2010 with the Vancouver model, Chinese money come on in. Chinese money has been coming into Canada since late 2024. So from 2010 to 2024, now they're saying there's about $801 billion laundered through Canadian real estate from Chinese money via fentanyl sales, Chinese gangs, or whatever. And Trudeau inherited the housing crisis, then added to it with the first buyer loans and all this bullshit. It's like, wait a minute, why are people paying $1 million for a house that's worth $85,000? Well, it's not worth $85,000. Yeah, your taxes are going up. The cost of living is going up. It means you have less money to pay for shelter. And you can't buy food. We told you back in 2012, you're gonna be bought out of food by 2020. But yeah, the damage is done. Trudeau steps down. Who cares? Damage is done. Watch what's gonna come from next. Watch. It's gonna be a breath of fresh air at first, and you guys are gonna regret it after. Because why? They're not allowed to help their people. Oh, you got to stop blaming the Chinese for the housing market, Mike. That's your governments. Our governments are China. You sell out your country to another faction, you become that faction. And now they're blaming it's the Indians that came and destroyed the housing market in Canada. No, it wasn't the Indians. Entire towers left empty, creating artificial shortages. Elon Musk, free Tommy Robinson, free Tommy Robinson. What? And Elon Musk was calling out Nigel Farage the other day. Why? Shut your mouth. You look like a stupid idiot. When you were getting your government grants and loans and funding and all that stuff for your electric car, you kept your mouth shut. You're a Democrat. Pendulum swung back. And now you go ahead and start running the show now, eh? Big mouth. Why didn't you open your mouth when it mattered? Why didn't you talk about Tommy Robinson 10 years ago when I was? And I was being called an Islamophobe. I'm like, no, Europe is going to turn. I know what's going to happen. Europe is going to turn fully Muslim. It's going to turn into a Muslim region. It's going to become, they're going to initiate, and I still remember, in 2014, they're going to initiate Sharia law in Europe. And England will be the first country, or was it France? I can't remember. I got to watch the video. If it wasn't taken down for medical misinformation. Shut up, Elon Musk. You look like an idiot. And who else? Russell Brand saw Jesus in a pancake in 2022. Now he's all righteous and free to sin. I'm going to warn everybody. We knew already what you're warning and what you're talking about today. We knew already. But you need to tell us. Because you need to be free of sin. Doesn't work like that. Keep bashing the Catholics. Keep bashing the Catholics because you know what you're doing, buddy. You keep bashing the Catholics. Yeah, you're free from sin. Yeah, okay. And then we got Chrystia Freeland steps down. Damage is done. Watch who's coming next. That Indian lady. Watch. And then Joe Rogan falls from top podcast to some religious podcast. Yeah. Joe Rogan's telling you things 7 years later. Endorsed Donald Trump 48 hours before the election. You don't do 48 hours and look like a hero on bandwagon. You do it 2 years before. You do it 2 years before, not 24 hours. Yeah, and there's 201 words. 201 words that are not allowed to be said on the Joe Rogan podcast. 201 words. Can you guess what words those are? Can't say them on this podcast. You could say it on good terms. Like you could say, this Jewish doctor helped a lot of people by creating this blah, blah, blah. Or this Jewish archaeologist did a lot of work in the Middle East discovering these artifacts. You could say it in that way. But when you say things a different way, you're not allowed to say it on a podcast. It's got 201 banned words. Chinese money laundering is one of them. Anyways, okay, and now Chinese money laundering surfacing in America. Look at this. Oh, look at all these blue states bought up by Chinese money laundering. We've been telling you that 10 years ago, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No one shops at my store. They voted with their dollars. Don't worry about it. You guys get paid for being on social media. You get good money. And then you got your controlled information distribution that's still coming out. Heck, channels are coming out next week. Next week a new channel is going to come out to tell you what you already know. Yeah. Then I go back. I've been watching my videos from 2015, 2016, 2017, watching even some older videos on hard drives from 2012, 2013 about oil going down. I don't know if you guys remember, oil went down to $20, $30 a barrel, but the price of food kept spiking. And it's like, what the hell is going on here? We're trying to figure this out because they kept telling us for so many years that the price of food goes up because the price of oil goes up. In turn, transportation, fabrication, all this stuff costs more money. It kind of makes sense. But then oil goes down $20 a barrel and food spikes. Why? So they got to find a way to offset this criminal government agent. All these people, all this media, mainstream media, social media heroes, all like 98%, 99% of them are in it for the money. There's not a lot of people that are out there nowadays that are on social media like this that make zero, that have been on for years telling you what's going to happen, right? And now the controlled information distribution is interesting. Because you have all these people. I found a channel the other day with 3 million subscribers. Holy crap, 3 million subscribers. Okay, this guy is on it. He's all political, this and that. And he's saying things I can't say because they'll take it right down. I have a video from 2 months ago they took down. My video was just showing how we were telling you guys what we were saying years ago with timestamps on the videos from years ago. But they took down our video. Just showing you guys how we were warning you before. These guys with millions of views, right? So watch out for the controlled information distribution. Watch out for these heroes that showed up. So I found a channel with 3 million. Wow, look at this. So I go back. Started in 2021. But he started with a specific message and then went from there, right? A lot of these big heroes are all juiced. They all complied at one point or another. We were telling you they're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic before they even did. Years before. And we told you how it was going to roll out step by step. And we told you how things were going to go down step by step. How you couldn't even be able to afford to buy food. Money laundering is destroying Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, the UK. We're getting wrecked. And Canada to become the 51st state made sense years ago. It still makes sense now. But what would Canada becoming the 51st state do? It would buy us more time. What happens to the European expansion here that built this country? We're not welcome here. We don't get the jobs. They don't hire us for anything. If you're white or European expansion, they don't want you working in Canada. Oh, Canadians don't want these jobs. So they bring in a bunch of people from other countries to come and use the infrastructure we built, and come and use the roads we built, and come and live in the houses we built. Right? And yeah, the Chinese money laundering thing is still fresh in Canada. I think it's going to take a few more months to a year before it starts to surface that the reason why we're in this major thing was to cover Chinese Communist Party interests in Canada. Other countries may be different, but Canada's Chinese Communist Party interests that Trudeau is protecting with the fentanyl went down to Mar-a-Lago fentanyl. We know we talk fentanyl because China controls it here in Canada, right? Fentanyl lab busted in Canada. No, there wasn't. It's coming from China, or it's coming from the Chinese labs in Mexico that we've been telling you guys about in 2017, in 2016, in 2015. Once people realize how China actually oh, it's not the Chinese people. Yes, it is. Because they know they are illegally laundering dirty money, which they made who knows how. Right? So, yeah, it is the Chinese people that destroyed this country. Completely destroyed it. But that's okay, because there's no one here to maintain the infrastructure. And that's where it goes to. So Facebook is flipping the script. Everyone's flipping the script. Joe Rogan! Yeah! It's going to tell you what it is. And that's just how it is. And that's how the cookie crumbles, folks. Anyways, big no name here. Shout out to everyone that watched this video. Thanks for watching it. And yeah, I'll see you guys for Mike in the Night. Thanks for watching, guys. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.